Hey guys, it's the Duct here, and today I'm going to show you how to make a duct tape women's wallet. It's going to have 12 card pockets, 2 billfolds, and an ID. This has been a much requested video, so let's get on with the tutorial. The supplies you're going to need are 3 rolls of duct tape, a roll of clear tape, an X-Acto knife, ruler, scissors, ID plastic, and a cutting mat. First, cut 2 strips of 8-inch tape in your card pocket color, overlap the 2 strips by a little bit, and then cut at the 3-inch mark and save that extra piece of tape for later. Next, flip over the panel and cover the stickiness with some clear tape. For your second strip of clear tape, you're going to overlap it just by a little bit, and then cut off the excess on the top there with a ruler. And using that piece of extra clear tape, you're going to clear tape the seam on the center, and I'll have a clear taping tutorial linked up there in case you don't know how to clear tape. And you're going to repeat that step so that you have 2 panels. Then cut a piece of 3-inch tape with your main color, cut it in half the long way, and then taking one of your half strips, you're going to place it on the very top of the clear tape side of your panel, and then you're going to save the other strip of tape for later. To make horizontal card pockets, simply cut a piece of 3 3/4 inch tape and clear tape as well. Then flip it over so that the clear tape is facing upwards, and you're going to place the clear tape onto it, stickiness on stickiness, and you're going to repeat that until you have 6 horizontal card pockets in total. For the vertical card pockets, cut 2 pieces of 3-inch tape and cut one of the strips in half. You're going to do the same thing for your clear tape. Then overlap one of your half strips onto your full strip so that it is 2 3/4 inches tall. Then cover the back of the stickiness with your clear tape. Use 1 full strip and 1 half strip, and again you're going to repeat this until you have 6 vertical card pockets in total. Now we're going to put on trim, so cut 2 pieces of 4-inch tape and 2 pieces of 3-inch tape. Cut each of the strips in 4ths the long way, and you're going to use 1 strip for each of your card pockets. You're going to place a 1/4 of an inch trim and then fold over the stickiness onto the other side. And you're going to use the smaller strips for the vertical card pockets, the longer strips for the horizontal card pockets, and make sure that for your vertical card pockets you're trimming the 2 3/4 side, not the 3-inch side. So there should be a little excess tape left over. You should have 2 strips of tape left over after doing all your trims, and also I forgot to mention that you should leave one of your card pockets untrimmed, so like one of your vertical card pockets untrimmed. So you're going to have some left over, and we're going to use that to attach the ID and put the ID on. So you're going to take the long strip of tape you have left over. You're going to place a 1/4 of an inch trim on the longer side of your ID. Then you're going to take the smaller strip of tape, and you're going to line up the ID onto your vertical card pocket. Then you're going to place a 1/4 of an inch trim and wrap that over both the ID and the card pocket so it attaches it like so. Then flip open your ID and fold over that stickiness onto itself so that it forms a triangle. Now we're going to attach the card pockets onto the panels, so cut 2 pieces of tape, one that is 3 3/4 inches and the other that is 2 3/4 inches, and cut them both into 4ths, and you should also have the strips left over from your trims. And now we're going to attach the horizontal card pockets first. So place 1 strip at the bottom of your card pocket, half on, half off, and leave a little more than 1/4 of an inch on the top of your panel. Then place it on and use that as a guide to place the rest of your card pockets on. You're going to basically repeat that until all your card pockets are on. This part is very self-explanatory, so I'm just going to do a little time lapse on that. Now take the panel with the main color on, and we're going to place your vertical card pockets. So you're going to do the same but using the smaller strips, and I'm going to do a time lapse on that. For this, you want to space the card pockets out a little bit more evenly, and make sure to leave a space for your ID pocket, which I'll show you how to connect later. Now you're going to cut a piece of your card pocket color at 3 inches long, cut it in half, and we're going to attach it onto your panel. So you're going to take your ID or the card pocket with your ID and you're going to line it up on your panel so it's even. Then you're going to lift up the ID and secure that down. The camera kind of cuts that off here, but it should be pretty self-explanatory. Next, cut a strip of 8-inch tape and cut it in half in your main color. You're going to take one of the half strips and you're going to place it on the panel with your 6 horizontal card pockets. You're going to leave a little more than 1/4 of an inch and then fold over that stickiness. Then you're going to take that small strip of tape that you saved earlier from way back, and you're going to place that in the center so that it secures down the pockets. You're going to take your other strip of tape and you're going to place it on the right side of your vertical card pocket panel. You're going to place a little more than 1/4 of an inch trim on the side, and once again you're just going to fold that over. To make the outer panel, all you're going to do is stack strips of your trim color on top of each other. They're going to be 8 inches long each, and you're going to stack it until it is 6 3/4 inches tall. So you should use about 4 strips. Then you're going to flip the whole panel over and cover the stickiness with your main color. If it lines up, then you should line it up, and be sure to leave a little more than 1/4 of an inch border on all of the sides. I like to leave a little bit more so that I can trim that down later. The final step is to assemble the whole wallet together. So you're going to place the side without the trim of the horizontal panel, and you're going to line it up onto the 8-inch side and fold over the stickiness. Then, using the strips of tape we saved earlier from step 1, you're going to place it down on the bottom so that there's no sticky at the bottom of the billfold. Then you're going to do that on the other side with your vertical pocket panel, and make sure the rounded sides are facing each other in the middle. Next, for the sides, the other sides, like the 6 3/4 inch sides, you're going to fold up the extra stickiness, and then you're going to place your ruler next to it, press down really hard, and with your X-Acto knife, run it down slowly and lightly so it doesn't cut through multiple layers, and simply trim it until it is a nice size. And that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope you found it useful. If you do end up making your very own duct tape women's wallet, then be sure to tag me on Instagram at whattheduck99 because I'd love to see you guys' creations. If you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button down below and have a great day. Bye!